Don't you lose sight of what you want.
Greetings, fellow captains, and welcome back to another episode of World of Warships with the Hivehound. And today we are going to be looking at the Tier 4 Russian premium destroyer, the Okhotnik, also fondly known as the Party Bus or the Death Canoe, amongst many other names. So the Okhotnik, like I said, the Russian Tier 4 premium ship has been released, also with news that the next line will be Soviet ships. I should say Soviet, not Russian, because it was the Soviet Union as opposed to Russia back then. But here we go, and as you can see, this thing is absolutely insane. There are 7 guns, 4 torpedo launchers. It's an extremely long ship for being a destroyer. It's, you know, it's cruiser displacement in length, really, but it was designed. It was a pen design due to the lack of Russian cruisers. They wanted sort of something in the middle, so like a cruising destroyer. But we'll have a quick look. So we've got it set up. So with the upgrades and modifications, we can have either the main battery mod 2, which increases the main battery traverse speed, which is very useful on the ship, but we've decided to go for the aiming mod system to reduce our dispersion and increase the traverse speed of our torpedo launchers, because this boat is all about getting up in their grills and shredding them with torpedoes. So we'll have a look. So we are high explosive shells. So our main guns are 130mm. They have a 10-second reload time, 1900 maximum HE shell damage with an 8% chance of fire, and 2500 maximum damage with our armor piercing. Our torpedoes have a 47-second reload and 13,000 damage, but do only travel 4.5 kilometers at 66 knots. Which is insane. So another key factor of the Okhotnik is it has higher than average hit points, but this isn't the highest overall. It's actually the Gremiashi has 15,000 hit points, so considerable advantage there. But the Okhotnik does come a kind of close second. So like I said, 730mm guns, but the 32.7 turn time is slow, but that is negated by the turrets all being able to switch to 360 degrees, so you can switch from left to right reasonably quickly. Something very special about the torpedoes, detectability range by sea, 1 kilometer. Now at 66 knots, that gives the ship about 5 seconds from spotting the torpedoes to react, which is a real key feature on the Okhotnik. The torpedoes, with their speed and their detectability range, is something that is not to be messed with by any stretch of the imagination. And like we said, 13,667 damage is pretty good. Now maximum speed 34.5 knots is not great for a cruiser. Well, it's great for a cruiser. It's not great for a destroyer. You're barely faster than cruisers, and if you get tiered up, you know, things like the grass are going to be able to hunt you down. And that turning circle radius is absolutely disgusting. 730 meters. I'm pretty sure the Warspite at tier 5 as a battleship is only 550 meters. Our sea detectability range, not great. Typical Soviet destroyer. We see the same with the Gremiashi. Their detectability range by sea is pretty abysmal for a destroyer, but it makes up for it in other ways. So guns are plenty. A high number of guns allow for a lot of damage in a single salvo. This is key to this ship. above average HP, so above average health pool rating, but some sluggish traverse speed and close quarters is problematic. Not when you've got 12 torpedoes that travel at 66 knots. They're not. Gunfighting at close range is problematic, not so much fighting at close range. So a unique project, a large destroyer that was created during the World War One. It wasn't created, it was designed to remedy the lack of modern cruisers in the Russian navies. The ship's dimensions, too big for her type, allowed her to carry multiple guns and multiple torpedo tubes. So we're going to have a quick look how we've set up Anton Goering. So we have Arleigh Burke to increase the precision of our destroyer's main guns. Like I said, guns are a really big focus on this ship. We want to be killing destroyers and cruisers that come into our range really early and as quickly as possible, and then absolutely wrecking battleships by ambushing them, coming around corners and ruining them with our torpedoes. So we use Eric Bay to reduce our detectability range by 3.6%. I'm not much of a destroyer captain, so I haven't spent many points. So obviously, more of the more of you that are familiar with destroyers can probably go for a full-on stealth build and possibly be able to get maybe not stealth torpedo range, but like a bit closer than I can with my 5.5 kilometer detection range. But we're going to work with what we got. So we have Stabber, which gives our AP shells a penetration multiplier, which is particularly handy when fighting tier 4 and tier 5 cruisers. Like I said, explain the focus on the guns, because anything that can detect us, we want to be able to kill quick, and anything that can't detect us gets murdered by torpedoes. So we've gone for contact is imminent over quick fix. So this will increase the speed of our torpedoes. So with that 1 kilometer detection range, it basically means as soon as you see the torpedoes from the Okhotnik, you're dead. Chances are you're not going to have any time to react. We're going to drop our sea detectability range with Look At Me Now, as opposed to reducing incoming splash damage. We're going for glass cannon. So again, like the focus on the guns, precision of destroyers' guns, better dispersion, but we do lose a little bit of hit points, but that's fine. We've got stellanium armor. Shells just seem to deviate away from this because they don't want to get sent to the gulag. Is the only thing I can predict that is going on there. And so that's where we've gone for glass cannon, and I'm recording the voice after recording the clip. So for some unknown reason, I seem to be stuck staring at the glass cannon here. And there we go. So we've gone for sidestep, which might not be the best thing. But again, we're trying to improve our gun capability, reduce incoming fire dispersion, which is always handy. At having rudder shift time, it's bad, and it's not the most maneuverable ship. Maybe switching over would be a good thing. And for our legendary perk, because we have put a personal commendation into Anton Goering, we've decided to go for engine repair time, because there's nothing worse than being stuck in a destroyer with a busted up engine, particularly in a destroyer that's as big and not as maneuverable as the rest, like the Okhotnik is. So we have gone for unstoppable for the survivability perk. So like I said, the build is very much focused around, because anything that can detect you, you can kill. Anything that can't detect you, you want to be piling up on and ambushing with torpedoes. Which leaves me to the contentious point about this video. The Okhotnik's not real. Now, we do have a couple of paper ships like the Okhotnik. So we have the Charles Martel, the tier 7 French cruiser, is a paper ship. The Yorick at tier 6 in the German line is also a paper ship. But they're there to fill lines, to complete lines, to fill the gaps in the holes of ships that didn't exist, to complete a line. The Okhotnik is a premium ship. So why have we got a premium ship that is paper.
Shut up, fool!
There is quite simply no such thing in this game as Russian bias, and the Okhotnik isn't at all overpowered whatsoever. So thank you everyone for sticking through that slightly different style of video for a change, and I would like to give you all give a warm welcome to the party bus, the tier 4 premium Okhotnik, the most fun you can have whilst keeping your coat on. And we're just gonna end this, in all fairness, this ship needs a really aggressive playstyle, and it's something that I absolutely love. I don't survive every battle, I don't survive many battles, but I have so much fun doing it, and that is exactly what this ship is all about. It's all about the fun of the game. And yep, goodbye. So thank you everyone for sticking with us. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed playing it, and until next time, take care.